Chat, and today we're going to be going over how to get good on a champion, right? How to improve. What is the process of improving? We've already talked about how to love improving and falling in love with the journey of becoming a problem solver, trying to assess your own problems and seeing if you can come to the right conclusions. And if you need an extra help, we're always happy to help. But today, what we want to go over is SMART goals, all right? So, this is part of the presentation for mindset, motivation, what causes us to want to get better. It's part of 8 different presentations that we have here at Giga Gaming Academy, but this is just one slide in the motivation section. It is the SMART goals. All right, SMART goals need to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. All right, and I'm going to talk about it really quick about each of them. Specific, because you need to make sure that you're communicating with yourself exactly what you're expecting, right? You want something very finite so that it's very easy to measure, which comes to the next bit. It needs to be measurable. Give yourself a quantity of the objective that you want to accomplish. It needs to be achievable. So that means whatever rank you're at, you should set a reasonable expectation for yourself. If you're a beginner, it might not be completely relevant to you to try to get 100 CS while being contested, right? That's just not a goal. But you could say, I want to practice getting all 6 minions in every minion wave as much as I can. And you could set yourself a goal like that and kind of build on process and try to set it to every single wave so that you can apply it. Relevant, meaning that your goal has to fit into your game plan, and time bound so that you have a restriction for what you're trying to do. As always, we're going to apply these in best of 3 situations. So you basically give yourself the SMART goal and then you practice it and rehearse it. And when you put it into a game, you're going to give yourself this time bound, like how many games and by what time frame you're going to achieve this goal. And then assess whether or not you won or lost. Did you actually accomplish your SMART goal or did you not? And that is how you can set yourself really rationed portions of improvement that are really digestible. You can do it in one sitting of coming down. You'll want to do it again until it becomes second nature. But this is the purpose of a SMART goal and how we're going to do it in best of 3s. So, for example, an overarching goal might be, I want to die less on Kaisa during the laning phase. Okay, how to achieve this goal? A good example might be for the next 5 games. All right, this would be when you're truly in the just practice mode of it. Let me go into normals. I do not care about the result of the game. I just want to practice this one element. I only will play Kaisa. I have no more than 1 death, which is a specific, achievable, and relevant goal, in lane for the first 14 minutes of the games. So we're time bound, it's measurable, it's specific, achievable, and relevant. So let's come up with a SMART goal for us today. All right, today we're going to be playing Rakan. And one of the things that I've noticed going into my own gameplay is that I've been dying too much in the laning phase. And specifically, it's been about looking at moments that look like good trades, but might actually not be. And so I really need to restrict the times that I'm going for these short trades to make sure that there's not going to be a jungler, there's not going to be a mid, or if the dynamics of whoever's present is in our favor, are we definitely going to win? Or if it's 2-on-2, are we going to win? And unless I am sure that we are winning, I want to take none of these ambiguous trades. Okay, so for example, I've been dying too much in lane phase on Rakan. I want to initiate 0 trades during lane phase. We'll do 14 minutes. Without precise knowledge of the outcome. Precise, and we'll go precise and predictable. So this is a little bit nuanced. So maybe not the best goal, but for me, I'm going to say very specifically, I have plus HP, CDs, or jungler. Basically extra teammates. These are the sort of factors that I'm going into when I'm dictating who's going to be the winner of this outcome. So for my games, I want to initiate 0 trades during the lane phase, the first 14 minutes of the game. without precise and predictable knowledge of the outcome. So knowing that we have better cooldowns, that we have more HP, we have more resources, and really the more resources is going to mean all of your teammates, globals, teleports. I'm going to try to be considering all of those as much as possible. And now I'm going to put them into practice. We're going to do 3 games on Recon, and we're going to play. Yes, we're competing. We're trying to do well, but our first game right now, we just want to get in the mindset of doing this. I don't want any pressure of actually trying to win the game. I just want to practice this mindset before I actually put it into ranked games. And once I practice this mindset, then I can go into a ranked game and actually reassess and do it again. So right now we're going to queue up and jump into game and put these things into practice, right? And starting again, like I said, with a normals game. Even though ranked is more exciting, and even though normals players have different ideas of macro and they just want to fight for dragons and they're much more peaceful, we'll say, in norms games, that's okay. I don't need to care about the outcome and what's going on because my lane phase is still going to be very, very similar. If you like today's content, make sure that you like and subscribe. You can also check out more at gigagamingacademy.com/about, where you can find out about us. This is right here. You'll see our standards of performance, get to know the coaches, and you can go through, browse here. And anyone who's a friend of the channel, right? So you guys have been here. Thank you for supporting. Just use code GIGAGAMER to get a significant rebate off of your first package, and you can come in and get a free assessment anyway. So there's really no reason to not do this. You might as well just check it out and see if it's for you, right? See if we're a good match. So say it with me again. What is my SMART goal? You guys remember? While we're loading up. All right, we can go bring it back. Pause the video, give yourself a moment. First, do you remember what SMART means? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. All right, we're going to play a best of 3. We're going to play 3 games where we either get this right both times, get it wrong both times, or once we get it right, once we get it wrong, and we do it a 3rd time. And it's going to be 0 initiations on fights that I don't know the outcome of during the lane phase, right? It's measurable. I want to look at the entire lane phase. How many times do I pick even a short trade, right? If I don't know what the outcome is, I need to make sure that I'm not doing it. It needs to be achievable. Okay, I need to play more patiently. It will force me to look at the map and really read and track the jungler in particular, but also the mid laner. It's relevant. I've been dying too much and my team has been falling behind. And it's time bound. We're going to do it for a short segment of time. Now, for reference, when I say that I've been falling behind on Recon, I don't want to say like we've been inting on Recon, because in reality, we have a significant streak of wins going on, and our win rate on this champion is doing very well. This was the limit test period where we just wanted to get functionality. This is where we started competing and just wanting to win. And then when we go in, we're saying, all right, let me get in tune. Each of these elements, each of these 2-game sets were played 2 at a time with a best of 3 goal, right? Each one of these had a SMART goal, and that keeps me focused. It keeps me going, and we can limit test. And every once in a while, you'll see, okay, I've reached a certain cap. I've reached a certain point where players are stronger than me, or they're punishing more than they used to. And as you climb, that's going to be more and more relevant as you progress. And that's why we keep on initiating these plans to try to get better. And this is how you get better quickly. If you are trying to climb in your games, obviously this game doesn't matter for that. We're in norms games. But if you're trying to climb, there's still a very, very substantial gap between the strongest picks in the game. The Maokai's, Twisted Fates, Wei, Smolder. There's a lot of very, very strong champions right now. The game is nowhere near balanced. If you want that list, make sure you're checking out the patch notes. And you can get the front edge, get on the leading edge of what's coming out in the newest patch. And as always, when you keep those notifications on, it means that we're going to have the newest tech, right? If we see something in China, we see it in Korea, we see it on Nemesis stream, Coach Cupcake, any one of these educational streamers, Alois, right? If they come out with something new, we want to have it. We want to know what Baus is up to, because it's going to show up in our games. We want to know when someone has a plan like this. And we want to be able to come up with the best ones for ourselves as well, right? All right, Janna is a tough matchup for Rakan, so this is one of the things that we'll be very cognizant of. She has a lot of disengage for us, and it makes it very hard for us to find our windows. So already when we're looking at our smart goals for the day, knowing that I'm going to win a trade is going to be very difficult, right? Anytime I try to dash, if she's quick, she can tornado me out of that. That's the first step. She can also ultimate me out of that. Not just that, but if we use the E at the wrong time, her ability to chase down with the powerful W means that they even might win an extended trade. And especially with Kog'Maw, we don't want to be in a spot where he's got the amplified W going on. So we do want to find the trades. We want to look for them, but this lane outranges us. We also have a Nunu who's looking to be super aggressive. And one of these champions is going to have a teleport. Most likely Rakan, or most likely Gnar from the top lane is going to have a teleport, which we don't need to worry about till 10 minutes, but from that 10 to 14 minute window, we want to be aware of it. We have an insane scaling composition, and we're going to be fine going into the end game. Nunu, Tom Kench are going to be just punching bags for the Vayne till later, and then this really becomes the only big threat is the Kog'Maw sustained damage and the ability for Gnar to try to blow us up into a wall, right? They're basically going to try to jump up in our face, and as long as I can stop them from engaging onto the Lux and the Azir and the Vayne, I really don't need to do that much. I can be on counter engage duty, which is perfect for this smart goal, right? The idea that I'm not picking any fights unless I know the outcome, and that means in this early game where Nunu's going to be super proactive, I need to know that Nunu's gone. I need to know that we have a cooldown advantage on these two. Otherwise, we're playing much more passively. What do you guys think? Is it going to be doable first game? Holler to everybody from the game if you guys joined in. Appreciate you. Feel free to mute the stream in the background if it's going to be distracting while you play. There's about a 3 or 4 second delay. Can't help it, but sometimes calls might be off just a little bit right there. We'll try to keep it just to the informative stuff in game. All right, we have double exhaust in the bot lane, a little Fnatic special. This is going to be a very passive lane, so we're comfortable going with the World Atlas here. And this game, we're probably going to hold on to our ward a little bit longer. Often we're not looking to do that. We're looking to sweep a little bit more to deny vision for our ganks, but because they are the more proactive team, they've got the Nunu coming to the lane is much more threatening and much more imminent than a Kha'Zix gank. So I'm going to make sure to keep this ward for a little bit longer. Or maybe get it into this wave, although we're not really going to be looking to fight much, so we'll see this. Now, early on, what kind of trades are we looking to win, right? We might see Janna that she casts her W, and if she does it mean I can maybe get a 2-man knockup? Of course, we're trying to avoid every window where Kog'Maw has his W active. But if we do get into a longer trade where the support cooldowns are down, and the Vayne and Kog'Maw are both up, then the Vayne will have the sustained damage over time advantage. Israel, what's up, man? Yeah, peel is the plan, and that's I don't know if you just tuned in, but you saw the smart goal, I hope. Also, since we're playing back this game and we're not really looking to take many of these trades, I'm totally fine with a leash here, although generally fighting for the lane prio and getting level 2 will be totally fine. We're happy to go here. I'll lead the way. We do have Glacial Augment, so unless Janna has Q, she's got no way of stopping me from getting that placed if they do try to be aggressive on us. Again, I'm not really looking to engage, so I'm going to hold my skill point right here, maybe get Q and harass a bit, but that's going to be it. Alright, there's the W from the Janna, so we know we can be a little bit more. We have a little bit of a cooldown advantage, but that's it. Try to help the Vayne with the CS. Here we go. So this would be a window, for example, where I know that I'm feeling strong, but you know what? I don't. I don't actually know where Nunu's at. So I might, by default, in the past, I've taken that trade window with the assumption that Nunu is nowhere nearby. But I can't actually make that assumption. This could be a little bit further, but that's okay. Alright, her Q's down. Now, tracking the jungler, I can probably assume that the jungler's right about here. Either they're pathing towards their raptors, because they finished all 3 camps, or they went straight to the... straight from blue to Gromp to red. And now we're feeling very confident about this spot. We can take this trade. That'll be it. Now, this is based on derived info, but you can see already, right? Like, Vayne's getting a little bit of a chunk out from there, even with the heal. Now, this wasn't with perfect information, but it wasn't imperfect either, right? Like, I had good information. There's the Nunu. He's on 5 camps, which means that he took all of these except for Krugs. We know that what he has left is on the other side of the map, so he's going to be looking for this and for this. I'm very late on my attempted trades for this Q on Janna. This wave could be coming back. We probably want to do that because Kha'Zix's going to be due to be joining us soon. Looks like both junglers actually skipped camps and took a much slower route. So the jungle pace is actually low. That does mean that we as a bot lane are going to be relatively stronger than normal. I can't go in. I don't know that I win. Mid laner's missing. Tom Kench could have been coming back down here. Probably not, but again, my goal of this game is to have 0 unknowns. Trying to zone Kog'Maw off some amount of CS. Alright, there's the Nunu. I'm just going to block this for the Vayne. I did not want to step back in for that. That was completely unneeded. I can pretend like I thought I was zoning, but again, that was that situation, right? We're up a little bit too far, maybe poking around, and I didn't initiate the trade, but I was a little bit too aggressive, so should I count that as a strike against myself? That's the worst case scenario. I died to a Dark Harvest from a red buff? Okay. Alright, this wave's coming in. Kha'Zix might be looking for a gank. There's a really bad time for him to be here because the Nunu's going to be present. So I'm going to kind of hedge the bets and see if we can go halfway in between. Don't really need to be here to help with Vayne, although, you know, getting a lot of that XP might be very nice for me, but he's going to appreciate this as well. Can Lux go after this? Okay, we're very confident. That one, I like that trade, even without perfect knowledge of where their bot lane is or where the Nunu is. I've already got Kha'Zix, and it is very, very unlikely that they're going to have anyone, so I'm comfortable with that, with all derived information. But again, it's imperfect. It's not like there couldn't have been a mistake, but I'm happy with that. That's a W in my book. Gonna start priming the Janna. Get them used to the idea that Hex Flash might be aggressive at any moment and try to get them to overload their mental stack. Hopefully without doing it to the Vayne. Now, Nunu was not seen going here, so we actually don't know where Nunu is. Probably missed a window to help this guy out. I'm just going to go straight back again. I don't know this outcome. There's Nunu. All right, we're very strong here. I actually could have just played that mechanically better. All right, we've lost track of the fight. I'm gonna go pick this up. And now I expect my mechanics to take a hit here. All right, there's Nunu. We're going. We have a much more significant resource lead here, which means that we can go for this. Gonna exhaust him. Oh, you know what? We'll just take this prize then. No, turn. Hit the Kog'Maw. Hit the Kog'Maw, please. Okay. I perhaps could have continued to go back onto the Kog'Maw and hit them. I really wanted to go there. That was last week's goal, the ace. Even though we had a damage lead on Janna, like we would have been much better off just turning on to the Kog'Maw. That is the big damage threat. That's a flash. I actually don't get this plate, so it's not as bad as it could have been. Alright, their bot lane is back. I'm gonna come over here. Alright, they are approaching, so we want to get these guys out. We need to get out because of the Tahm Kench. I'm gonna have to peel here, block as best as I can. I think I just missed my window here. I'm gonna try to get this. I've got the potion running. I'm gonna block as best as I can, but I think I'm pretty just dead. This was a fail, right? This was an L. I allowed this fight to happen without perfect knowledge of Tahm Kench. I don't know if I didn't see him here. I'll have to look at it later. This is a very difficult matchup for Lux. She just basically can never deal enough damage to this guy. Oh, there we go. That's a fight that we win, though. Help me with the shutdown, please. I need to block this. Alright, so now I know the outcome here. I'm just blocking the Q to make sure Lux doesn't get hit. And we're good. Now that fight ended up going long enough that we had potential problems. I also should have swapped to sweeping lens, but again, that's what happens, right? When you're installing a new concept, you're often going to make some fumbles. There are going to be mistakes because you're focusing on something else, and that's why you want to eliminate it from a ranked game. You don't want to play it in ranked because then you might get frustrated. You might say, all right, we got problems. You know, I'm failing at X, Y, and Z. And it might become a source of distraction. I already have another source of distraction at every moment, right? So we have to eliminate as many of those as possible. All right, we don't have knowledge on Nunu, or do we? That was never gonna hit. All right, that's W down from... Got this guy. All right, no, there's the Nunu. I just failed huge. I'm gonna let him eat this one, and then I'll take the backside. But that's the example I'm talking about. It feels like it's good, but there happened to be a Nunu right here, and that's something that I could have a better grasp on, and I should, right? It's absolutely something that I should be considering. Our team is mostly magic damage over time. What do I want? I just want peel in general, right? So Zeke's is going to be fantastic, no matter how we cut it. We'll go here. We'll fix this mistake from earlier. Actually should have done that leaving the base before you lose the home guard bonus. So we've got a 3-0 Kog'Maw, right? Big problems here. We've got a huge Tahm Kench with Heartsteel, so we can't even take fights here. Can't even start this. Like, this Lux moving in that direction is actually already a problem. Now we just have to kind of hard shove this. Alright, if we're on full peel, I guess we'll go Slay. Gonna help this guy to push the wave. He should one-shot everything. Spread that love. Now this guy's getting muscled out, but he shouldn't be. So we're actually good here. We have full knowledge of where everyone is. We can continue this area. An ward here. We know where everybody is. Bot lane was just bot. We're good. We just moved Nunu out. Lux is going a little bit further than maybe we wanted. We'll take this fight. We'll take this one. Knock this guy up. Try to get this shield over. It's still not enough. We should have been winning this. So for example, right here, Lux being out of the fight for significantly long and like not trying to add to the fight. Maybe I could have communicated it to him. Maybe we could have done a little bit better trying to show them that, hey, this play is available to us. But because I didn't, that actually added risk. I didn't know what the outcome of that fight was going to be. And also my internal clock was starting to say, all right, Janna's coming, Janna's coming, Janna's coming. Janna came. So we actually have a lot of windows that have been suboptimal. And that's okay, right? Because we're learning, we're process oriented. We're trying to get stronger at this skill. And we're going to expect mistakes, especially if we've recently climbed in other facets. Like right now we should be going on this guy. I should have pinged this before this guy came. All right, we got his flash and then I'll be okay. I'm okay using my flash because I have my exhaust, or my Hex Flash. There's Janna. We know that Nunu is going to be coming across the map, so let's see if we can find some direction to that. I'm going to award the exits to their jungle and hopefully get some amount of information here. All right, Kha'Zix has a really good angle here. I'm going to start this to get into pathway. Got her. I'm gonna just exhaust her. I'm gonna tank. Miscommunication there with the team, but again, there was part of that was good. Part of it, the continuation, I no longer knew what the effect was going to be, right? We have these covering the exits of the jungle, but we don't actually see what about a straight path just from here to here. All right, big spike.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Zeke's, if you are going to go Zeke's, you know what? We don't mind forfeiting because we did what we want. It's not that we couldn't compete for this game, and we might even outscale them with a team with Vayne, Kha'Zix, and Azir. Our scaling would be completely fine this game, right? We would still have a chance, and if enemy team fumbled, we'd still have an opportunity to learn from it. So now let's go in and coach ourselves. Let's go review. I'll give the link to everybody. And so we'll come in and we'll check out exactly. We'll take all of the moments where we might be taking a trade and we'll evaluate them based on how much knowledge did we have absolutely. Right, so if we can up the replay speed to 4x, that should be plenty. We'll center on Rakan. Actually, probably could center on the Vayne, but really wherever I'm nearby. This was not the best fan out in the beginning, all right, so I can do a little bit better with that. We both went to the same bush. Then we left, which is obviously opening doors for them to come through if they had a delayed invade. Hold on, let me swap to blue side vision, because of course we can't do it with what we know to be true. It needs to be what we can infer. So right now we're assuming a either 3 camp and then moving to red quadrant, or we're assuming a 3 camp come gank us. Nunu is capable of 1 camp and gank, but once we hit that 3 window, we're fairly positive that Nunu's going to be on the top side, so I don't mind that trade. That one was good. All right, we see Nunu on the map. We just saw Tom Kench leave, so we're okay right here, but we don't know that we win, right? That's under the turret. We can continue try pushing right here, keep him under turret potentially, but you see, even that window. Let's go back. We'll slow it down. So right here, this is a fairly aggressive posture. I've lost track of the jungler, right? There's a possibility that Nunu has gotten behind us, and it happened, right? And this happened, where was the last knowledge of Nunu? Nunu was top here. Did he manage to get by? There's no way he got by. Yeah, you know what? With this angle, we didn't see that movement, but with that angle, we could infer that he's actually coming to this side. We thought that he would have defaulted to go to Krugs, and I remember saying that live, that he was probably going to Krugs, but we're talking about our smart goals, right? 0 trades unless we know the outcome. And in this case, we're trying to make an educated guess that he's probably on Krugs. Happened to be the case that we were wrong. And so every aggressive motion that we make here is actually potentially fatal for us, because we're stepping up into a situation. We don't even win this trade right now, period. And this step right here is just a mistake. So I need to tell myself this moment right here needs to be fixed. I sort of got baited by the idea of, oh, they're going back, they're trying to ward, maybe I can zone them off of some CS. But this is an aggressive action while I don't have perfect information on the Nunu, right? This ward has decayed, so we're not going to have good enough of a window. I could have communicated this to my teammate. Ward comes down, I get baited even more. Now they're stepping up. This movement by Janna should have been a huge indicator that something's going to be wrong here. So I end up just dashing in front of the Nunu. Maybe I didn't even need to do it. I maybe could have had him split his attention. But this is the penalty, right? We lose about 80% of our laning experience, and then I went up and took another 3 hits for no good reason at all. So that's a huge strike, right? That's an L. We said that our goal was 0, and this is definitely a solid 1. I took an aggressive action without knowledge of what was going to happen. Now, this right here, we're taking more aggressive knowledge. You can see the spoiler right here on the minimap already. We shouldn't be taking aggressive actions either. We should have just recalled here and prepared for a better spot, or tried to move up together and get some vision against the Nunu. Now, when you're playing a team game, there are going to be elements where you don't need perfect information always at all times about everything. You do want to come back, but right now our goal is I don't want to take aggressive actions without knowing what the outcome is. And that way I can really process my learning, and this way I can get better faster. And all of these movements upwards, this is the second time that I moved forward that was not, we didn't know what would happen. Now, we didn't take an aggressive line, but even you could argue just being here was an aggressive line. And we talked about it earlier. Nunu would be ganking a lot. All right, here we see that they took trades. They definitely left. And this is, again, another one of those inferring situations, but I'm much more confident about them recalling here than I was about Nunu going to Krugs. I would have assumed that Nunu could often go to Krugs, but it is a fast ganking jungler. He wants to continue to gank. That makes a lot of sense. I don't mind this trade right here. Short trade, we'll call that a huge win. We found a window for it. Vayne's getting some solo XP. We're happy with this. She's going to hit 5 a little bit faster than me. All right, and this is something that you want. If you split all your HP, or all your XP, you end up being just shy of some of the break points. So I totally don't mind the Vayne having an experience lead. But again, we're starting to step forward again, and it's been a while since Nunu has showed up, and we don't have the best tools in the world to deny it. Now, Vayne does have Condemn, and we could be saving Condemn for anti-Nunu tech, but we haven't used it yet, so I'm not positive that we have it. Very happy with myself right here. We see Nunu on the topside river, so we take a small trade. But this is largely due to Rakan having a weak lane phase. That's why this is particularly relevant for us. This was the trade. We can go back and see this. Should I have changed or should Vayne have changed? So obviously we had the first big chunk right here, but this is the window where we have to turn. We can't allow Kog'Maw to free fire. And Janna with this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. She's at basically 450 health versus, almost 700. There is a difference here for sure. Janna is lower, but you can't allow Kog'Maw to be free firing into us. This would have been a moment where we could have turned back. She's also unlikely to have some of her cooldowns. She definitely just used her E on herself. Getting the E shield off is worth something, but we absolutely should have turned back onto the Kog'Maw here. I could have noticed that Vayne put 2 autos here and maybe assumed that the third one was coming out and maybe tried to help get this kill. We end up getting nothing, which ends up just being bad and bad. But again, now let's evaluate it from the sake of, do I know the outcome of this fight? Right here, I feel like I know the outcome, and we should have won. And this would have been a predictable, I'm okay to go. But 2 level 5s, this should probably just turn into a short trade. I should have stopped the extension. I moved forward again. So this is the second time that I've taken a very aggressive action where I could have actually gone backwards, right? We would have been fine. Nothing would have been bad if we just stepped back. Maybe we're not cashing in the optimal amount, but that's not the goal right now. The goal is making sure that I'm only taking the fights where I know the goal. And last week, like I said, we talked about Ace, assessing the right play, communicating it, and then effectuating it. I made no communication. Now, I'm not going to give myself a demerit for it because that's not what we're working on. We're working on something else. But as we go into the holistic, like every aspect, that would be another thing to mention here. Like, I didn't communicate. Normally when we're trying to repeat goals and try to gain them as a permanent part of our arsenal, that's something that you want to own, right? So after a week of doing Ace, I should be better at pinging this. So I still am noting that for myself, like I might need to go back and do some Ace goals. Communicate that, hey, like I think Kog'Maw's the target here, and we can just burst the Kog'Maw down and then just kite away. We end up giving both. All right, Nunu and Tom are mid. Nunu goes off vision. Kha'Zix, I think, is in a really bad spot right here. Now this again, I'm trying to bail out a Kha'Zix, but I don't think I should be making this. Kog'Maw and Janna are due to come back very shortly. Kha'Zix is in a bad spot. He's definitely not in a place that our team can afford to be. No prio in either of the adjacent lanes means you cannot be in the river as the jungler. But what should I take, right? This might be the end of where I go because he's one point of vision. This is another point of vision. I can't go any further. And I think I end up going here to try to clear some wards. This is a mistake, right? This is my third one. So we have 3 times that we took aggressive actions. For this case, it was just trying to get this ward. We didn't have enough time for it. And that ends up putting us in a spot where the fight's lasting a little bit longer. It means that Tahm Kench can rotate over, and this ends up being out a blowout. So you can see where even playing, like, seeming like a relatively normal game and making normal choices and things being okay, you can see how 3 aggressive actions that immediately turned into blow-ups in our face, right? So this is very clearly something that I need to work on, and we're going to continue. So this game's an L. That's okay. We've learned a lot, and so now we get to do it again. And as we go back into the next game, you can do it with your friends, your duo partners, whatever it is, and you say, okay, that was one game. I spent half an hour to really see that this is an issue and that we need to try to get stronger with it. But it's good. It's part of the process, right? We're in the stage where we love solving problems, and when we love solving problems, that's where exuberant discovery comes. That's where we're going to find these critical insights, and where we're going to get really good really fast because we're picking up these skills very, very quickly. It might seem kind of slow to play a game and then review yourself and then play a game and review. But look how much we learned from that one little segment. And 45 minutes later, we're that much more confident with what needs to be done. And compare that over the course of a season where you play you might play 1,000 games or 1,500 games, right? instead of playing 1500, imagine that you play 1000, but each one of them you do this. Like, how much better, how much faster would you get incredibly good if you didn't just Q next, Q next, Q next? Now, I think based on the objective, I probably should be doing the Guardian Tree as well to make sure to say, hey, like, we just need to get out of this lane phase. The Glacial Augment Tree, I will say, guilty of streaming, talking to the audience, I didn't even think to swap it, right? And it was a relatively weaker lane than normal, but still, right? I have got a Vayne, so we are significantly a weak lane, right? Vayne, Rakan are two of the weakest laners in the entire game. So 100% could have, I'm going to say, almost definitely survived two of those different situations. Now, that being said, it doesn't matter if we survive them. I still made the mistake of taking aggressive actions, right? Like those 3 aggressive actions, we said that we were going to do 0, and we took 3. So definitely something to work on. All right, Neela, another champion with a significant amount of threat, especially with the experience, right? The fact that they're going to hit experience spikes sooner. The one downside is that she is melee range to start the game. So can we poke? This is a lane where we might take a few more aggressive actions, but my auto attack range matches her Q range. So I can't really even get good trades off because the moment I try to attack her, she's going to Q auto me and she wins that trade. Kai'Sa is another weak laner that is only going to win when the enemy team isolates. So already, again, I need to put myself in that mindset. Our default aggression is going to be just farm, right? I'm going to posture, tether with the Kai'Sa, and that's it. And really, you know, I'll even do, since we have worked on ace goals, I'm just trying to say it in a diplomatic way, but in reality, they have the more aggressive jungler by a significant margin. They have the higher cap. Lux has much better early game than Rakan. Neela is a threat to me at any point, and Neela is going to be even stronger than Kai'Sa. So this, if ever there was a game to just like survive the early game, even do this. I don't know if I even got it. Potentially a huge mistake, by the way, but it's to me to reinforce the idea of I absolutely don't want to be taking trades here. I'm going to go for the scaling runes to have another reason to not do it. In high level play, you're playing in the top 1%. If you see someone with scaling HP runes, you can just fight them. And especially if you have even the small advantage here, like their double ghost, those guys want to all in us for sure. How much do they want to all in us? I'm still not positive about this, but it's something that we want to test the limits of while we're at it. And especially here in a situation where they're winning, like this is the best bundle of stats. This will help to make up for the flat health. You could argue that maybe we don't need it. A tip for Braum top, man. We got people cooking. Too many chefs in the kitchen. All right, this is starting to be a spot where this is just an aggressive action now, right? I have to leave because the rest of the team has moved over. They warded here and they left. So fanning out and like having some amount of defense for what they could be doing, not worth at this point. Like if 4 people did show up in these bushes, I'm basically just dead there. This guy wants to leash. It is an arms game, so these guys get a little bit more finicky if you don't leash them. That is a Guardian proc too. That's actually more than I wanted to give. Like by a lot. Not having Guardian right here is a huge downside. Hey, what's up, Colin? Oh, who is it? How you doing? You want to say hi?
Hey everybody! Woo! Go Birdo!
So the idea behind the Doran Shield for this lane is going to be, right, the Lux has the best harass. She has the optimal poke here. So I'm just going to go E, and I'm just going to try to shield in response for the Kai'Sa. Try to keep her topped off. We can let this lane come back. We're just going to let this lane bounce, and then hopefully freeze near this side. Maybe it's never going to actually freeze here. This is a fine spot. We'll try to fight to keep the lane in this position. This is perfect for us. Now, they're not going to be dashing forward on us anytime soon, so we can go Q here. Lux is trying to push a little bit, so we'll take this spot. Get this heal over to the Kai'Sa. She knows. All right, good sign. I could have helped with that. All right, so far we're okay. We can probably mark the jungler as on their 5th camp right now, but not positive, so we still can't take any kind of like all-in action. I maybe shouldn't have hit that. We're just gonna keep this here. Let Lux kind of fish as much as she wants to. Is that a Scorch? If that's Scorch, then I'm gonna start using my E here, because no reason not to. I'll just take a hit. That just... Alright, I might be crazy. Now something we can do a little bit better in this Nila window is to take some hits when she, especially after she uses her Q. But again, we don't know that the jungler is not here. Oh, there's Warwick. Never mind, we're good. But we still don't win. Alright, let's see, is her health going down? 600, 601. Okay. I don't think she has Scorch. She should. I don't think she does. You see how strong Warwick is. This guy's way too far up. Oh, I missed. They are 4. We have to definitely be careful here. Yeah, maybe that was Scorch. But we're just here in the happy spot. Keeping the lane as close to this spot as possible. I should be trying to land more Qs, which maybe means guarding, but I also don't want to obfuscate the lines that she might have to take for dodging. There we go.
Shut down.
Now Warwick's there. Alright, we're taking a short trade here. And that's it. We're good. That one I don't mind, right? We're happy keeping the lane in this state, which means that we're very excited to take short, even trades like that, or slightly favored, as long as it's keeping it here where it's going to be better for the Diana than for them. We also have sustain, and they do not, which means that we'll be able to get back up from this spot better than they can. Lux is right here. Now, I could be trying to take a little bit more from the Nila, but again, we're going to get into this window where we don't necessarily see every angle that they might be coming from. I'm just going to short trade with Nila next time she steps up. Lux does not have enough mana where we can probably take a smallish. Just do that. Trade some mana for some resources, barely take anything back. Now I do have full HP, which means that I could use my health a little bit to use this Doran Shield proc, but again, we don't have perfect information about where the Warwick is, so I'm not really comfortable with giving up anything. We're happy to keep the lane here. They're all-in threat. Their diving is really bad. They only have Warwick for any kind of damage mitigation. So this is a huge win, right? Not losing is a huge win right now. Hey. Keep this here. This guy's probably ready to shop soon. How much gold do you have? I'm gonna ping my gold and see if he wants to let me know what he's got. He's ready? Okay, let's shove then. We'll just take this reset, let them go back with it, no big deal. Now I could roam right here, but I want to come out of the base because I've got the boots, the control ward, and all these other elements. I am totally happy with how that played out. This red ward, by the way, you always want to put it about a third of the way in, otherwise it's not going to see their yellow ward. They will have a yellow ward here that will see your red ward and see the whole bush. Now this lane, they are pushing it back. It's coming back to us. We're just going to give a little bit of extra clearance to the Pantheon. By placing this out, we put it deep enough to see right there. We can't control anything besides like what's in this immediate area. So maybe we can communicate to the Diana that we want to come here. But it is level 5s versus level 6s. We'd like to get Pantheon to come here. Alright, we go there. Knock this guy up. Shield. We're going to exhaust. I should have done that earlier, but that's okay. The Diana bailed. Okay. That's level 6 diff, right? Maybe I could have played that even better. I did not need to cast the E. The shield was already there. So we have a significant resource lead. Warwick's showing on top side. We don't have information on Mordekaiser. Again, we have like a 95% knowledge that he's going top, but that's not 100%. It is a champion that is extremely unlikely to come down here. Here, we've got this. Kaisa should be looking to take that. Oh, I didn't buy World Atlas on my last pack. That was a mistake. Alright, yeah, we definitely win this. He's going for the Lux, okay. Can't. Chain CC, we're good. No auto attacks working. There we go. And Lux is right here. Knock you up, and then we'll chain CC, and we're good. And this time, it was with full knowledge that Warwick was on the other half of the map, right? So it's just very, very good, completely one-sided. There's actually nothing for me to gain here. The wave is in. Kaisa can poke that and get the plate solo, and then it will rebound back out. I can go get my World Atlas and try to match their movements. Warwick is going to win this. Now we're going to communicate to the team that this area is not safe because of Warwick's presence there. Yeah, it's alright. A little pathing mistake, no big deal. CSing prowess. Alright, so they're here. So this area of the map is theirs. Share one of these while we're here just to get the cooldown going. Now, how aggressively can we posture up into this space? Probably not at all, in fact. The 2 wards here. I think it's fine to split the resources here. Let her get the solo and me get some of the experience from this anyways. And then also we're going to have the zombie wards. Look up this one. Alright, we don't know where the Warwick is. Probably shopping. We'll probably put it at 70% that he's shopping, 30% that he's stuck around in this area to try to start for Dragon. Not that we're going to try to stop him, but we'll see if he does it. We're still fine to play very safe here. Heal. Should have landed my Q while I was there. Didn't actually land it. You're the one. This guy's getting hit by a lot. You can recall, no big deal. Nothing we can do here. Neela's gonna go get these. I can maybe land a Q. Nope, that was, you know what? I might even demerit myself for that, because I know Kai'Sa's trying to leave. We should have just allowed her to do it. Yeah, she just wants to leave. They can dive us 100%, and Warwick has information about whether or not they can come here. Luckily, that posturing by me is enough to get Kai'Sa out. Now I can go roam. We can start playing for this. We can play Northern Quadrant. Pantheon gets a push off, although he is missing a plate right now, so we might just go and claim this plate. Gonna keep our W though. Alright, we don't need to W into range. We're just gonna hit the once, get in range, make sure that we're taking it. Then we're gonna move over. That's the Silas ult is down. Has a Storm Surge as well. Gonna exhaust. We have full knowledge of exactly how well this will go. Why did I take the kill? Might be. I didn't even mean to do that. But very happy with avoiding the risk in the bot lane. Going to the right spot for this. Lucid Boots online. They are playing engage, so we can play for counter engage. Everyone on their team wants to auto attack, so I think Frozen Heart's going to be really good, and Trailblazer's automatically fantastic for this any game like that. Now Kai'Sa's in a really weird spot because they have wards behind her, so she's actually in potentially a lot of trouble. We do see Lux in the middle of the map, and last known information, Warwick was Northern Quadrant, so she's probably okay, but it's a very risky spot that we want to get out of for sure as soon as possible. Now I have my W available. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. Let's communicate to the Kai'Sa that she's dead. Not that we want to say that you're dead, but just, you know, get out if you can. Share this, we'll share this.
An ally has been slain.
Alright, 3 are seen bottom. That means that we're okay here. It is Mordekaiser though, never mind. Scratch that. I'm going here. He's got my ult. Oh, Pantheon's leaving. Alright, that's on me. I didn't realize it. Alright, a trade is okay, but again, I stepped forward without the knowledge of exactly what was going to go on. Pantheon, I have no idea why he was looking right, but I should have reassessed my plan based on that. What's up, lovely? How you doing? Oh no, she got hit by an E at max range. This guy can try a little harder. Maybe I can communicate to them that there are windows. We're okay right there. That's a win. I think we're just counter engage against this team unless we have Pantheon going forward. It is very dicey to be moving towards that. Maybe we can go for this. Chain CC. Now we get out of dodge to make sure that he can't light us up, and then we'll come over here. So I'm very happy with that one, right? Like, that one's 100%. We know that we're getting that kill. Ooh, that's an ulti. Chain CC. Get this. Exhaust. Dash. We're good. We're winning. We're in a really good spot here. Beautifully done. That guy's really scary. We need to get away from him. Do I just peel him? Just trying to get away. They didn't get the memo that it was out time. That guy is a Rift Maker, Rylai's Scepter, Mordekaiser. I can't even sustain against this because these two champions can dive. He has his ultimate available as well, so we're just going to take our reset. Mordekaiser's back to a 300 bounty. Jesus. Yeah, Braum seems like he would have the worst time against Mordekaiser. Not close. Alright, which quadrant? We cannot control this one. They had prio, they got to move over there, so we're just going to go over and start moving this. I want to communicate to my team that it is a foul to be on that side of the map. Instead, we'll try to get as good information about their whereabouts as possible. This would be a great little prize for us to take, is this. Braum wants to trade on that side, which is not the end of the world, but like that's where we're very weak, so even with the Hollowed Radiance, I don't know that that's a good long-standing call. And this is going slowly enough that we might actually have presence of Anila soon. Guy wants to leave this way. That's okay. We'll go. Oh, what? What? Riot, please. I am as far away from that as I could possibly be. Alright, this is good for us. We just get out. We just get a little bundle here. That was maybe too much to finish that. He's ulting me. I don't mind it. It is Mordekaiser, though. Did they actually have all 5 people? In which case, I do mind it. Ward's out. Absolutely enormous. Maybe if we could have slowed down their ability to push through here and get up into the quadrant, we might have been better. So, we played our games. This game was much better, right? Last game we had 3 different times where we took aggressive actions, and this game we can say that maybe there was half of a moment. So that element was much better. Now, did we get the maximum? That might be the next step, is right. You say, all right, where are we going? Where are we comfortable? Where are we happy with the risk assessment where we're not taking those risks in those spots? But for me, this is a game of growth. That's absolutely fantastic for me. So now I'm going to take a little bit of a break. Just did my best of 3. Sorry, no, this was a win. That means I get one more. I do get one more. I want to win this best of 3. My best of 3 is not the outcome, right? We're 0-2 in games, but that's not what we're measuring, right? So you don't need to stop. Right now, I lost the first game on taking aggressive actions, but I won this game. So that's what you're using to measure your best of 3 set. Have you actually put into effect the plan, the SMART goal that you have created for yourself? For those of you guys just tuning in, let me see. Motivation, boom. This is what we're working on. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. We've decided that on our journey on Rakan, we're dying too much in the lane phase because of his weak early laning. Specifically, his sustained combat is very low unless you have Xayah. And so the goal is I want to initiate 0 trades. So really I could say 0 aggressive actions. I want to take... I want to take 0 aggressive actions without perfect knowledge of what is going to be the outcome. Wouldn't World Atlas be a better starting item if you don't plan on trading? Yeah, I think so. In this game, the other point that I wanted to take a moment to do is like, what happens if you are taking no trades? And I wanted to start with Doran Shield to rehearse that in my mind. Now, it did mean that I was permanently full health, but again, if I'm taking no aggressive actions in a lane that we definitely lose with Lux Nila, then yeah, 100%. the World Atlas and sitting back will be better. But Doran's Shield, if it's someone that can engage a little bit more and force the fight more than Lux can, then I think that's the window. So I think that we will refine that to Doran's Shield versus Nautilus, Blitzcrank, Alistar types, and World Atlas against mages that we absolutely get crushed by. What's up, AAA Batteries? I'm the friend of the Kaisa you played with last game. Well played. Thanks, man. Appreciate you coming by.
Let's dance.
There's certainly a lot of things that we can do better, but again, today's goal is this, right? It's not about winning and losing, it's about winning and losing at this. Did I go through and take my 0 aggressive actions? There was maybe 2 like half moments where even just, stepping forward might have been a little bit too much. And again, at this level, at Platinum Emerald or Gold, I don't even know where we're at, but I think we're like Platinum Elo. Those won't get punished as harshly, but as we continue the climb, and after 1,000 games of Rakan, we expect to be in the middle of Diamond, maybe up to Masters, the amount of punishing to those mistakes is going to be much more drastic. So we want to preempt that growth. We want to make sure that we're in a good spot. Let people know that we're... And again, the idea is if you're going to play 1,500 games over the course of a year, if you could change that to 1,000 games that were much higher quality and you got much better, would you make that trade? And for anyone who would make that trade, then this is the place for you. Like, you want to be there, spend a little bit more time on deliberate practice and really assessing yourself and trying to grow as a player. And when you're trying to get good, you need to make deliberate practice. You need to make, I don't want to call them sacrifices, because like this is fun to me. This feels good to say, I've found a weakness in my game and I want to adjust based on what I see, right? And try to solve a problem. All right, this game we've got dominant laner. So we are absolutely getting crushed in this lane. It is a Kaisa jungle for what it's worth. Ziggs is teleport, so we have absolutely no business taking any trades. And this, like we said with the mages, we can just go ahead and play World Atlas and just play far back. We'll just make sure that they don't run us over completely. Ziggs has a fine wave clear, although he does have trouble until he has 3 points in Q. Ideally, we would love to actually just kind of win the push, but it's too risky, right? Misfortune and Karma have too much AoE damage. They can do too much to us, and Shen coming out of the jungle, not the fastest clear in the world, although I have no idea what to compare it to with the Kaisa. Kaisa will have the execute on her every 5th attack, and so she might smite early to try to get this. Let me ask Kaisa you. Unfortunately, we took 2 different spots. If I saw Ziggs come over, then I would have taken over the Tribush. This is probably the better spot to be in general. I can't really go over to this spot without the Ziggs. And even then, like, this could be an invade from them. So, like, I'd rather ping this way, have our team go all the way around to where it's safe. Now, one of the things that we can do to mitigate this weak lane, we can actually go and create a push while they're leashing, if they leash for Shen, which they might very realistically do. But we didn't show up here early, we didn't get a ward, so again, the higher ELO you are, the more likely you're going to have people that aren't leashing, that are taking over bushes, they're taking aggressive actions when they know they're strong. And so now, I'm just kind of the fruit that's not doing this. Also, something that happened last game is we used our Guardian Shield, which has a very long cooldown, so we definitely don't want to risk that on a leash. But getting the push would have been a way to solve our problem here, right? If we could push them and actually keep them all the way down, then we would be in an okay spot. Right now, the way as played, like, Ziggs is missing 2 melees, maybe even 3 melees of experience, which is hugely detrimental, right? Like, what are we supposed to do with this? Now we don't even have play at level 2. Alright, so I did get solo experience. It does mean I'm the strongest player here, but I don't think I can do anything with it besides share the heal with the Ziggs. and take little windows like that. Unfortunately, now this is pushing out because of the AoE of the Ziggs Q. He's also dodging himself out of range multiple times now. Really, every spell should be, now that the wave is pushing back to us, every single spell should be pushed at minions and them if we want to get the push. If we want to cull the backline, get it lower so that it's ready to be taken. Alright. I'm afraid that we have someone that might be first timing the champion. But, you know, that's even more reason for us to just kind of play protective style here. There we go. And you know what? This is something I could have done last time, which was to block with Guardian proc. This guy's running himself out of mana, which is going to be a huge problem. Kind of trade right there for a little bit of health. We need to get this pushed, and we can't really do it. I don't really want to expend my ward right here because the chances of Shen being here are so low. Most likely that we're talking about 344. He should already be done with his whole jungle, and he's here, and that's exactly where we're at. 6 man has taken 6 camps. He's level 4, and he's all the way passed through, and this kind of answers our question whether or not Kaisa can jungle. I think we all knew the answer was going to be it's pretty tough. This guy's taking a recall. I could roam in this window, but because they're pushing it in, I'm going to try to prioritize holding it a little bit. If I can try to threaten them, I might be able to dissuade them from taking the full pushing action. Ziggs also has his teleport available, which means I'll just be able to share this first one. And he should be able to solve the rest for himself. All these Qs need to be aimed at the backline while the other ones are going. I'm trying to help this guy. This is tough. But I'm pretty happy. Shen was visible on top side. If I could find a short trade, I would love to do it. There we go. We found our window. Oh, come to me, please. Okay, he's not doing it. That's okay. Do we continue this? No, we're good. Katarina's in. Unfortunately, my E dropped out. Oh, nice little mechanics from her. Alright, we got a flash, which we're very happy with. Could have landed the Q. I didn't see if they used Ignite. We'd like this to come back to us. Misfortune's trying to stay on low mana. This is actually, so we talked about the difference in resources, and if we ever saw a window where we thought that we were very confident that we would win, being low on mana is one of the stipulations, right? We can look for that. She's spending mana looking for last hits too, so I'm standing over here, just have a little bit better vision of the river. Looks like she just activated her mantra, so now, if you are a Ziggs player, again, the way that you solve this problem, you make sure that all of your Qs actually... Just peel this, and we'll come back. And that is premium. That's exactly what we want. I don't think Ziggs even needed to flash there, honestly. Now, they're going to have a tough time pushing this in. It's just Shen. I mean, Misfortune, Karma have it, but it's enough time for us to go grab boots, and we get this. So we are actually feeling very, very nice here. Now, we already have to assess in our brain. Their team has Shen and Twisted Fate. So we need to be worried about these sort of level 6 spikes for the rest of the game. Shen has missed out on some early jungling tempo because of his path here. Not just his path, just the kit and the fact that he's taking more aggressive actions. Ziggs is going to go collect this. I'm just going to keep an eye on these guys. Not really even considering this. They are taking so long to clear this. Ziggs should not be this close to them. I think he's probably going to die for it. Maybe I should have just been there to cover for him. I'm not sure what to think of that. Maybe my action was aggressive. I just wanted to scout. Maybe I should have just been posturing to help the Ziggs to exist in a world. Down here. Alright, people are missing. Shen has gone back. We can take this opportunity to take wards down and get zombie wards, because we have our W available. But that's going to be it. And again, maybe we roam in a timer like this, but by staying, we make sure that the wave doesn't crash, and this allows Ziggs to come back and get the maximum out of it. Now, this seems to be a much lower level game in general, or we have a huge discrepancy, right? Like, Katarina looked pretty smooth on her combo there, so I'm wondering if maybe she's, you know, duoed here. This is too aggressive. Kaisa is nearby. Shen is due to be on the top half of the map. This ward's not going to do anything. That's okay, though. So at this point of the game, right, they have globals on their team. They've got the Shen and the Twisted Fate, so we can't be certain at any moment that they can't join. Now, Twisted Fate, obviously, from that far in the map, won't be able to, but that's it. All right, I'm going to ping this recall for this guy to go shop a little bit or just spend some time. Ziggs is very self-sufficient. He can use the satchel to get away. He should be prioritizing that, making sure that's always available to himself. I'm actually curious. I'm going to do this. Remind me, 9:13 on the timestamp. When we go review this game, we're going to use 9:13 as a window to see whether or not they could see us, because the new changes in the bush, I do believe you can get all the way out to here before the minions see you. Alright, Katarina is making a roam. I'm just going to hold the wave. Ziggs again. This wave is coming back, and there's nothing they can do to stop it. So as long as Ziggs isn't spamming any spells into it, or if his spells are only hitting one target, which is ideal, then he's going to be okay. I can share some of this with Kaisa. Q. Or just auto. Alright, so we held this lane. Nefiri got no pushes off, despite being alone in the lane. Gonna drop this in his face. Pick up a little bit more experience, and now we're gonna go shadow the Ziggs again. I think this blast cone is probably much better for them than it is for us. Quite catch the edge of that bush, a little bit of a mistake. But you saw, like, Ziggs was actually very safe in this position, even against the mages. So I'm very happy with that roam in general. Gonna make sure to trade that with that guy because he's already missed 2 cannons. It's okay though. So later in the game, as you're game planning, and this is sort of taking a time because we have the bigger discrepancy here, Ziggs is not the person that I'm playing around, right? We're going to play around Kaisa, we're going to play around Katarina. Unsure about the volley bear as of yet. Gonna peel here, do this. That guy's stuck. Disconnected, that's unlucky. That could be another reason why things are going slow if they're having latency issues. Shield's coming up in 18 seconds. If they do press forward, I'm going to have to use my potion. I don't really think I can get these minions. I can maybe get this one. I have an ultimate. I have exhaust. I've got flash. The shield is down. Next time shield goes down, there's actually a window where I can kill this misfortune. I might just do it for limit testing. But again, I have to do it with knowledge of everybody else. So they have all 3 top. If the shield goes down, I'm going to... No, I can't do it. She leveled up. She's too strong. See, did they recall? They must have recalled. All right, I say must have, but again, I said I'm not going to take any aggressive actions here without perfect knowledge. It looks like they would have recalled or maybe gone to Dragon. Especially like not addressing a wave without a cannon. If it were a cannon wave, I would be much more skeptical, or sorry, much more sure. But because it's a non-cannon wave, I'd be much more skeptical in general. Looks like they did just take a recall timer. Ziggs is DC, so actually I might have to take a couple more risks. 10 like that's an aggressive spot. That was probably already too much. That could have easily resulted in me dying, but this is a foot out the door time, I think. All right, their team is the engaged. They've got taunt, stun, root. What do I want here?
An enemy has been slain. Enemy killing spree.
I mean, we didn't know they were going to be there. Ah, but maybe we did. I might be able to do this since the Ziggs is AFK. Yeah, Kaisa's just chit-chatting. She wants to get her piece in before saying FF. We can go next. Ziggs. PC. Hey, I missed my window. Oh, we could have done the same thing that we did to Briar the other day. Flash under turret, cast your W, resolve it, they go together. And you end up getting the knock up under the turret into the charm, and then when they do try to run away, you get the exhaust. Oh, it was so nice. Anyone who's watching on Twitch, you guys can see it for sure on the... I should give it to Cat. The zip ball was good. We just had a clip of it on Twitch, so you guys can check it out there. All right, so I won my best of 3. I cared about the result. You could see in game 1 that it was not automatic, but now I felt like it was really deliberate on every stage of every game. Unless I find exactly the moment where I know the outcome, then I don't want to be taking these trades because I've been dying too much, right? And assessing your problem, sometimes that can be tough. Sometimes you don't know what exactly the right thing to address is, but for me, that became an apparent thing. And it's okay to overshoot to get the skill, right? So I know that my laning deaths needs to go from like 3 to 0 or 3 to 1, where I'm happy with the 1 because I know that my team got a 2 for 1, right? That'd be great. So going from 3 to 0 and then saying, okay, now that I'm here, I think that I can be a little bit more aggressive in some windows. And in those windows, you say, okay, let me see if I can find moments where 90% of the time the action is somewhere else, because now my eye is a little bit more trained towards looking at the map, tracking the jungler, tracking the mid laner. I'm much more confident in those windows. That said, the skill set's definitely not there. Like Katarina kind of showed up without me being aware of it. And that right there in and of itself is enough for me to know, okay, there's still more to go. And I might want to put into more practice before I put it back into ranked games. I'm going to go get a quick bite in my belly. I'll come back and play a ranked game with this skill set. We're going to try to put it into practice and then review it. It's been a couple hours. If you guys have been with us since the beginning, this is your reminder to stretch, get up, take a deep breath of fresh air, look off into the distance. Don't need to touch some grass, but if there's grass, it is actually good for your body to just feel your surroundings and get the fresh air, especially if you're in the Northeast and you guys just had this wonderful early spring. So take advantage of that. Go walk the dog, get something done, whatever it is, right? Just take yourself a little moment to get up. You've been in a chair for 2 hours at least. Get up and, mix it up. All right, so I will be right back, and then we'll play our ranked game, and we will assess that.
Fireflies, a million little pieces, feeds the dying light, and brings me back to life. In your eyes, I see something to believe in. Your hands are like a flame, your palms are sweet as pain. Let the darkness lead us into the light. Let touch and I ignite. Like a starship speeding into the night. You and I get lost in the infinite light. Baby, tell me one more beautiful lie. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite. So alive. Your touch is like a daylight, burning on my skin. It turns me on again. You and I, survivors of the same kind, but we're the only ones dancing on the sun. Let the darkness lead us into the light. Let our dreams get lost, feel the temperature rise. Baby, tell me one more beautiful lie. One touch and I ignite. Like a starship speeding into the night. You and I get lost in the infinite light. Baby, tell me one more beautiful lie. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite.
Diamonds are forever, but all we need is just tonight. No monumental tremors that can freeze the speed of light. Just like particles that's falling from heaven, all over the stars. Hear you calling for me. Hear you calling me home from me.
Let the darkness lead us into the light. Let our dreams get lost, feel the temperature rise. Baby, tell me one more beautiful lie. One touch and I ignite. I feel the heat as we collide, like a fever that feels so right. So baby, tell me one more beautiful lie. One touch and I ignite. 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 Fireflies, a million little pieces, feeds the dying light and brings me back to life. In your eyes, I see something to believe in. Your hands are like a flame, your palms are sweet as pain. Let the darkness lead us into the light. Let our dreams get lost, feel the temperature rise. Baby, tell me one more beautiful lie. One touch and I ignite. Like a starship speeding into the night. You and I get lost in the infinite light. Baby, tell me one more beautiful lie. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite. So alive. Your touch is like a daylight, burning on my skin. It turns me on again. You and I, survivors of the same kind, but we're the only ones dancing on the sun. Let the darkness lead us into the light. Let our dreams get lost, feel the temperature rise. Baby, tell me one more beautiful lie. One touch and I ignite. Like a starship speeding tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite. I feel the heat as we collide, like a fever that feels alright. So baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite. 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 Fireflies, a million little pieces, feeds the dying light and brings me back to life. In your eyes, I see something to believe in. Your hands are like a flame, your palms are sweet as pain. Let the darkness lead us into the light. Let our dreams get lost, feel the temperature rise. Baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite, like a starship speeding into the night. You and I get lost in the infinite light. Baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite. So alive, your touch is like a daylight, burning on my skin. It turns me on again. You and I, survivors of the same kind, but we're the only ones dancing on the sun. Let the darkness lead us into the light. Let our dreams get lost, feel the temperature rise. Baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite, like a starship speeding into the night. You and I get lost in the infinite light. Baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite.
Diamonds are forever, but all we need is just tonight. My monumental tremors that can freeze the speed of light. Just like particles that's falling from heaven, all over the stars. Hear you calling for me. Hear you calling me on the phone.
Let the darkness lead us into the light. Let our dreams get lost, feel the temperature rise. Baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite. I feel the heat as we collide, like a fever that feels alright. So baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite. 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 Fireflies, a million little pieces, feeds the dying light and brings me back to life. In your eyes, I see something to believe in. Your hands are like a flame, your palms are sweet as pain. Let the darkness lead us into the light. Let our dreams get lost, feel the temperature rise. Baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite, like a starship speeding into the night. You and I get lost in the infinite light. Baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch like a starship speeding into the night. You and I get lost in the infinite light. Baby, tell me one more beautiful lie. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite.
Diamonds are forever, but all we need is just tonight. My monumental tremors that can freeze the speed of light. Just like particles that's falling from heaven all over the stars. Hear you calling for me. Hear you calling me on the phone.
Let the darkness lead us into the light. Let our dreams get lost, feel the temperature rise. Baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite. I feel the heat as we collide, like a fever that feels alright. So baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite. 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 Fireflies, a million little pieces, feeds the dying light and brings me back to life. In your eyes, I see something to believe in. Your hands are like a flame, your palms are sweet as pain. Let the darkness lead us into the light. Let our dreams get lost, feel the temperature rise. Baby, tell me one more beautiful lie. One touch and I ignite, like a starship speeding into the night. You and I get lost in the infinite light. Baby, tell me one more beautiful lie. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite. So alive, your touch is like a daylight, burning on my skin. It turns me on again. You and I, survivors of the same kind, but we're the only ones dancing on the sun. Let the darkness lead us into the light. Let our dreams get lost, feel the temperature rise. Baby, tell me one more beautiful lie. One touch and I ignite, like a starship speeding into the night. You and I get lost in the infinite light. Baby, tell me one more beautiful lie. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite. One touch and I ignite.
Diamonds are forever, but all we need is just tonight. My monumental tremors that can freeze the speed of light. Just like particles that's falling from heaven all over the stars. Hear you calling for me. Hear you calling me on the phone.
Let the darkness lead us into the light. Let our dreams get lost, feel the temperature rise. Baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite. I feel the heat as we collide, like a fever that feels alright. So baby, tell me one more beautiful light. One touch and I ignite. 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 One touch and
That is Ignite by Alan Walker and K391. It's an absolutely fantastic song. Banger. Perfect for this channel too, right? We just want to one touch and we ignite. Welcome back, Giga Gaming Academy. We got our surrealists in the chat. We know that you guys are going to be the smartest, healthiest, and best League of Legends community around. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for supporting the channel. We're doing a sweepstakes. If you haven't seen it yet, go to the Giga Gaming Academy Discord. You can come in here, just say I'm a Giga Gamer, and then you will be able to join the giveaway. All you need to do is be a friend of the channel, come in here, give a little screenshot of your honor, and your honor will be your amount of entries to train like a pro. And we'll go in there, you'll do a side-by-side working with a performance psychologist, working with League of Legends, a positional coach, macro coach. You're going to get the whole experience. Play like pro teams do. If that's something you're interested in, then absolutely sign up, try it out. Today, as a reminder, anyone who's just tuning in, or if you're coming back, we're working on SMART goals. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Today, our idea is that we die too much in lane phase as Rakan. So we are trying to take 0 aggressive actions during the lane phase without precise and predictable knowledge of the outcome. Basically, having a resource lead that is guaranteed, because Rakan is just not that strong early, right? He's going to scale up. He's going to have wonderful team fights later in the game. But early on, it's just too susceptible. His prolonged, protracted fight is one of the worst in the game, if not bottom 3 in the bot lane. And that's of course without Xayah. With Xayah, it's a completely different story. So now we've practiced it. Now it's time to get it into action, right? We've put it together. We won our best of 3. We played 3 games where we were trying to work on just the lane phase. Do not care about the result at all. I do not care that it was 0-3 at all, because we're in training mode, right? Training mode is different from competitive mode. And even right now, even though we're playing a ranked game, yes, I'm going to care a little bit more about the result of the game, but still my focus is on my SMART goal. Do I really engage on this? And then within that frame, am I going to compete? How do I compete? How about this? Should we just do this? Should probably do the spelling right, especially when we're typing smarter. Healthier, smarter, better. Twitch.tv/Giga Gaming Academy. That works. Now you guys can pick a different band from Way. This is us voting with our wallet. We're voting with our pick screen. I think this is my little protest to League of Legends, that I don't want them to release a champion like this, right? It's asinine how complicated that champion is. It is overpowered by every metric in the hands of someone who knows how to play it. So people who have been working on it will just start skyrocketing up. It's probably going to have the biggest difference. We see those curves come out from champions on release, basically right here being 50%. How quickly does it cross the 50% threshold, and then where does it flatten out? Does it flatten out at 54, at 55, 56? We had champions like Yumi that started at 38 and then took forever to climb up, but then skyrocketed up to like 63%. So it's one of those things that you have to put a lot of work into. We already outscale the team fights. It is a mid-brand, though. Mid-brand is a hugely susceptible champion, susceptible to all sorts of all-ins, as Katarina's can eat brand for breakfast. So we may try to hover that. We might try to find windows to protect the Katarina whenever possible. This, we can almost assuredly say that it's going to be Vayne top Karma support, although there could be a world where they try to do something funny with double AD carries in bot lane. That is a meta option in the environment right now, but we're going to assume is it Neela jungle? We've seen Neela jungle. That would mean Karma top. Morgana could be jungle as well. There's something bizarre's going on. They're probably just going to FF out of this. What's up, Turbo? How you doing? I didn't just miss anything. You're just in time, in fact. We are doing our SMART goals. I don't know if you've been here in the before, but if you're just joining us, we're doing SMART goals today. This is part of the lesson on motivation. This is one of 8 different lessons that we go through, and just one sneak peek into what we do at the academy when people go through the full spectrum of training. And today our goal is to be more sustainable in the lane phase. We just had a birthday party on Sunday, and it's amazing how like sticky some things are. It's just we're trying to clean up everything, but man, 7-year-olds running around the house, unbelievably impossible to keep track of. Normally the kids don't bring any food down here, but on party day, man, there was lollipops, there was ice cream, cake, and it's just like the random. I was eating my cake and then some of it fell, so I picked it up and then I just started existing. Like, that happened. Anyways, we'll try not to let it affect us. But yeah, things are just sticky. All right, Zeri Rakan. So we are absolutely going to win the scaling war here. It is going to be Karma and Neela. They have a decent amount of poke. We're going to be sitting back in this lane. I'm going to fight for this lane right here. Level 1s, Morgana is not scary at all because she has to put her point into W, otherwise she can't clear the jungle. So we are definitely stronger here. Karma is the strongest out of everyone, but Zeri's going to do fine. Poppy's also exceptionally good, although Poppy's another one of those champions, needs to get the Q, not the E. So we can kind of just sit back. Maybe we get a little poke off here. Oh, all right, Morgana went for this. We'll just level our E. We'll hit, and we'll E again. And we count that as a huge win. I can even go and swap this for Sweeping Lens because we've got this ward here, and I've got Zombie Ward. So let me ping real quick that I've got this Zombie Ward. We have 3 losing lanes. All of our lanes are losing. Jungler, please no invading. You have to know that everything is good, but that does mean that the angles for the Poppy are going to be phenomenal. All right, we could potentially find an angle for 2 wards if we're able to take this down. Zeri will go get that kill. Just going to see whether or not we can spot another one. We cannot. That's okay. We did see them rotating out through here. Morgana, slow clear. Morg, no clear. She started Q. You can invade now and only now. I said no invades, but definitely now is the window. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep pushing. By pushing up right now, we're ensuring that we actually have the prio to help with our teammate. They want to engage. They want to move forward. I'm going to pretend like I have a ward here, although they should know that I don't. And now we need to take this minion advantage and turn it into a level 2 advantage so that we can press up the rest of the way and let the wave come back to us in time for the Poppy to come bot. Have to be a little bit more careful here. Can we get a ward here? Oh, we don't. We can't. Let me just use this right now. I'm just going to take a moment to see. Morgana probably onto the next camp. They did have to hard leash because she didn't have the spell. Now we just let this come back. There's Morgana. Morgana is on 3 camps with blue, so she's confirmed topside. Poppy's actually over there too, so we could, if we find the right window, try to find something here, but I think it's just going to be if I find a 2-man knockup, which is right here. We're just doing that. Completely one-sided, trade a little bit of resources, no big deal here. This is going to be a win for us. I didn't actually want to get in a protracted trade with the Neela. We could have isolated, kept on going for her, I think, but maybe the Karma would have been too scary. But now we're in an okay spot. And the best case scenario would be if they had to rotate back. I don't think they're going to cycle, though. They're going to stick around here. So we're going to try to find a window. That's her mantra shield down. That's it. Now we give her this. And boom, we're good. Sword, there she gets it. Boom. We are having a fantastic early laning phase already. Now Poppy's going to be due to come here a little bit sooner. Morgana is going to be on top side, so we're absolutely in a great spot to look for a gank. I'll ping this for the Poppy. Now our main objective is to try to keep this Zeri healthy here. Maybe, alright, shields are down. We're actually in a really good spot to go for a short trade. Go, 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 go. Oh, they're knocked up. Make sure that this guy stays alive. How did we not get a kill here? That is, I'll block this. This is me just blocking for my teammates. Now we could just leave that. No, 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 please, please, please. Leave it, leave it. Let it bounce to us. They're like, they have to. All right, this guy wants to shove. It's too late. Okay. We'll just play for the shove then. Shoving's okay too. Freezing would get the most resources, but this will be fine as well. It is five minutes into the game, so it does give me a really good roam timer to check up in the top lane. And it also comes back to us, and Zeri, being the safe 1vxer that she is, she can go off into the sides. It's also giving me a really good window. Katarina at level 5 is one of the strongest windows. 3, 4, and 5 is when she's absolutely best against the brand. And hey, look at this. We are actually perfect. I don't think he realized that we were that close. Ding. We'll give him a little heal. Now we get to stay here, and we get the push. Katarina cannot stay here. Ooh, and he got that harass off. That's beautiful. Yep, we're going to continue pushing, and we're going to go push for the brand. Let that last one for him. Now, Karma's in the vicinity as well. Now, we said we don't want to take aggressive actions unless we know the outcome. Katarina is recalling, which means we're in a really good spot here. That is smite? Okay. Alright, we're good. Brand actually got that kill. She tried to stick around. That's beautiful for us. And we're just already going to start recalling because we want to get in position for our bot laner. Now this game, let's see. Root, stun, vacuum, root. I don't think we quite need to go Mikhail's Crucible. They are 3 range, 4, yeah. I mean, it's a really low range comp for being as many ranged champions as they are. Neela's kind of a hybrid. Do this, we'll give the Zeri a buff. She's good. We are very good there. That's a big cooldown from Neela as well. But yeah, we're good here. JK. I got rooted. This guy's not giving me enough dash distance. That's on me. And they were hitting 6. You know what? I broke my own rules. We wanted to only take the actions that we knew would be winning, and we knew that they would be stronger in an all-in fight, and I gave them the window, right? So that's just a strike against me. Now, bot lane's can be fine. I don't think we have any business contesting for this. But we can harass them off of it, potentially just a little bit. Mordekaiser is absolutely dominating this. You know what? Here, dragon. Get mad at that Karma for me, will you? Thank you.
An enemy has been slain.
Alright, there's Morgana. We know that Karma's a little bit chunked, so we have an opportunity to get a little bit of a deeper ward here than normal. Alright, they're reset. We get the plate. Very nicely done. Small little bites, right? That's all we're trying to get is small little bites. We have this right here for anyone who wants it. No, we're not taking dragon. Not ever. Not with this comp. Maybe after Brand gets a full item. There we go. This is a win for us. Gonna hover the Brand. We're gonna do it outside of turret vision though. No. We cannot. I don't know why I didn't share those. I guess it needs to be the attack, yeah. Poppy, this is... Alright, so this is like a really awkward spot, right? I'm roaming out. Poppy's trying to take 2v2. We like don't even know what the outcome of that's going to be. Gonna try to get a flank position here. Protect for the Bran a little bit. Give the buff to the Poppy. I think we're just dead here. Just absolutely suicidal. I don't think there's any world where we ever don't die there. I mean, good job, he says. I don't know. I think we lost about the minimum. I'm pretty happy with the execution there, but like that was the minimum that could have been lost. I'm gonna hold this a bit. Gonna harass this for the Katarina. Share these. We're good. We actually don't have a ward to place, but we can harass this cat some more, which means where we can go for a push here. Poppy should get off of Krugs and start taking these. Vayne's looking, and it probably means I should just ward it inside, which means I don't get to see it. Now, there it is. Pull this out. Check this guy. Mordekaiser's actually really good at this camp in general. He just AoEs everything down. Brand also fantastic because all of the spawns will hit each other. That is exactly where we'd like to be. That was a hit. Karma is at her strongest right now. A little Dodgerino. Oh, we're coming back to the team here. Got them all. Big chain CC. Can I exhaust the Vayne if there's a fight? I shouldn't have taken that kill. It was unneeded. We have a Zeri on our team, so I'm very happy to go Dreammaker. And overall, early game, much better, right? And this is under the stress of competition. This is fantastic for us that we're doing this. I'm still going to Shadow here because Katarina might try for an all-in against this guy. We also can get a really good back timer. And we have six Void Grubs, so we're just absolutely in a good spot here. We have to be careful, Karma and Cat. That guy can land a stun, then she's dead, but no big deal if he can't. Zeri's got some alone time now, so we have to ping that it's about time for them to show up. I very much want to get a shop in, but we also have to escort the Pikachu out. Just peeling. Beautiful peel. No, we're done. We're done. Could have probably expressed it a little bit sooner that I was just on evac positioning. Alright, we got the wave out. We can recall. They're going to push this. Maybe we can do... I can't ask for a defend. I have my ultimate and my exhaust, so if they tried to fight me, I would probably okay. But also I get 4 of those CS while defending the turret. Now the plates are up, so I defended an extra 125 gold from going into the pockets of the enemy team, so I'm pretty happy with that. Zeri, we can rotate mid ASAP. Now, what do we want? Zeke's to slow everybody down. Trailblazer to get the 1 proc off. I think Trailblazer's our proc. We absolutely want to take this since we have 6 Void Grubs. Anytime that you have Herald available and you have all 6 Voids, you absolutely prioritize this. You do not do this. And that way you can charge it, and if everybody on the team groups up, as we should be trying to do, then we'll have a really good push. Unfortunately, they decided to try to defend this lane, which is, you know, predictable what the outcome was going to be. It's okay. We can use this pretty soon. Let's get our wards preparing for this. No, 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 no. Now we've got our 3 wards left. We've got this quadrant really well protected. These 2 are actually somewhat... No, 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 no. Put the knockups here. Make sure that she's dead. I don't think she's even going to die here, though. Nope, we still just lose because it's Morgana diff. Alright, no, never mind. We're good. We have Mord. We're good. Mord versus Vayne. Because Vayne's still top, we're okay. But, like, none of my vision's here. That stopped my spell. It's just such a bad spot to be. Like, Brand's pushing, totally fine. They've got the stronger fight. We scale. Right? The Vayne is the only reason to even consider something here, but we're down on resources. We don't have any vision in this area. There's so much going against us. There we go, blast. I'm still taking my flanking position. They have the wards here. I would argue that there's much better plays available to us. Stop this guy from all-inning. Chain knockups. Chain boom. Only did anything good for us because they punted. Like, they made a mistake that was even worse. We may have already outscaled them. Vayne being a non-presence is probably fantastic. We can take any fight that Mordekaiser wants to take. We just have to be so careful about this. The good thing about this comp is they don't have a body. Like, they don't have anyone that can just stand in the front of the fight, which means that they might get into a lot of issues, like with zoning, right? We can just walk at them. Poppy just ulted 2 away. They want to try this? I don't know. Just gonna make my flank presence known and get over to the other side. So let's see, we've got this ward down. We're gonna try to control this area. We can take this on spawn. So Morgana looking at the Mordekaiser. Should be okay here. There's Black Shield down. We are A-okay here. Okay, no big deal. Neela going against Poppy is that's our one like tremendously good matchup.
An ally has been slain.
And she's 2v1ing it.
An enemy has been slain.
I think that's the end of it. We have really good control of this area. I'd like to keep that for as long as possible, and especially with this scuttle swapping, I'm going to leave it alive right here because we wanted to wait till 20. He should not take the scuttle right now. Okay. He's taking it faster than trying to communicate that. It'd probably just help him. It's not the end of the world to have it. We have fantastic control of this area. This area needs to be careful. I can just use a recall timer to replenish my wards here. Or we can just take it right off the bat. No, Brand's on the wrong side of the map. We need Brand. Alright, we're good. No, we just take the... Oh, Poppy wants to go around the back? Okay. We don't have a wait. That guy... I don't want to say he's lucky, you know, because props to him for coming up with a plan that had a chance of doing well, but... We do this. You know, pushing's fine too, pushing's fine.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
We can have one person shop at a time. Are we, once we're wait Poppy is what we're saying. Wait Pop. That saw us, right? But the gig's up, now we just have to do this. We don't need the kill anymore. Like literally just take it. No, 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 no. That's fog. Fog, bad, Baron, good, win game, good. Okay, it is what it is. Can't, you know, you can lead a mule to water, but you can't force it to drink. This is by far the less good choice for you guys that are trying to prepare for any sort of competitive game, or if you guys are playing in the top 1%, this is never ever the play. Luckily, we still have good vision sitting around the Baron, so they probably couldn't sneak it. I maybe should have dropped my ward right in here. Alright, P mid for North Quadrant Vision, then P mid for Baron. We already have the first part of it, so we can probably just continue. We see that wave, you see that ward right there. And the reason that you like these lane wards is for exactly that reason. You want to see where the wave is, who's going to be the first person to address it. Put that up in their face. Now they're clearing our control wards. I'm going to put a little bit of pressure on them. No, we're good, we're good, you're good, stay there, stay there. I'm just doing my job. We need Brand though, 100% we need Brand, otherwise we don't have the sustained damage. Killing these wards is a mistake, especially for the melee. Maybe I can put something in their face here. We need to go to see on the other side. Well, where can I win the fight here? Alright, now we push to win. End. Are we too low to end? Took a lot of damage there. What do you guys think? Hashtag StratJack. 21 seconds? I don't know that we can. And because we had bad setup macro, it doesn't actually, we don't actually get anything. But with 10 seconds, the wave coming in, problem is this wave is going to take that long to get in, and we don't have the Baron. If we had the Baron, 100%, this is an easy play. This is going to be a little bit of skill expression here. I'm going to have to peel my ass off. Heal. I think that's all we're getting here. It's one turret. Yeah, that was a slew of errors that happened in solo queue, right? It's tough to get everything right. Tough to communicate to everything. Maybe I could have spent some time typing to them, letting them know what the plan was going to be, but certainly that was not it. But it is what it is. It's okay. Buffs and 1-4 split. And we need to eliminate these brand deaths. And like, it's such a problem right now with how strong they are. And Poppy also hasn't shopped in a bit, right? Can I do this? It's close because Mord is so astronomically enormous that it's actually potentially okay. We need to push this lane, guys. Brand can reset. No. Well, I mean, it's okay. Ouch, 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 ouch. That's what I get for walking through vision. I had a little bit of prio, but my team's on a recall timer, so that was not great. Now Zeri's in trouble. I'd like to have some semblance of control of whether or not people can rotate over. I might take the long way here. They are dealing with supers. It should take them a long time to stop that. Zeri needs to be very careful of what's in this fog of war here. I'm using the momentum. The opportunity of them being up there is a good chance for me to get some of these wards out. So, for example, we'll go like this. Get this ward done. We want to push this lane. I mean, Poppy and Mordekaiser are up there. We could probably already just go for them. Looks like Brand's already teleporting. He's not teleporting mid, is he? Alright, we just wrap on this. Knock him up. Let's take a couple kills, although it should be significantly more. Got another knock up. Oh, we have to re-break this inhib for sure. Alright, we have superior vision for the dragon. This was a fumble of sort. I mean, a significant fumble. There were a lot of things that we could have done much better here. What do I want to see? Do I want to just see them coming up here? I think I do. My name is Rakan. So this is an extra. I'm being a battle ward right now. I'm just standing out here. I don't suspect that they had any reason or opportunity to put vision in this part of the map. We're going to have the Ocean Soul, which means we can set up our splits again. This time it wants to be whoever has teleport in bot lane. Brand bot for top, walk it in, use prio for north quadrant vision, brand don't die. Alright, hopefully that's enough of a plan. If that's not good enough, I don't know what is. The supers will continue. Brand's on, Zeri's in the wrong place. Zeri, you need to come with us. Zeri, come to Mordekaiser, please. He's a pivot for you. Like, this is actually the worst place in the entire map for you to be. There's a world where you can play 1-3-1 with and a 1-2-1 with Rakan Zeri mid, but like this spot for Zeri is absolutely the worst. Now we saw 3 people, so we have an opportunity to get a little bit of deeper wards out. I don't want to be surprised by anyone coming over. Bro, this guy... Like, the whole point of this push is that the supers are already here, Brand has a teleport, and we want to escort the strongest member, push up together, and then we have room for the Baron. Right? We have residual vision. Continue pushing this top lane. Zeri's in or out? No, she's out. Zeri's in bot lane, I should say. Got him. That guy could have hit right there. Okay, that's actually about the most amount of damage that Vayne could have dealt. This is a bad matchup for the Mordekaiser, though. You see how he almost died there. Stop the burning. Poppy's looking. Exhausted just on time. Get the knock up. Maximum amount of pressure here on the Neela, and we got it good. We played a fucking fantastic game, guys. What do you think? Maybe we'll submit this one to Coach Cupcake, ask him how we're doing. Coach Israel, how'd we do? It's worth if she dies? No. Okay. That's gonna ruin our OP score, though. That's alright. It was fun. That was a good game. That was a phenomenal game. And just in time, too. It's an early release today, so gotta go get the kiddos. Thanks again for everybody hanging out. We'll give Mordekaiser the honors. This guy was rock solid into a lane that can be a big problem for everybody. So thanks again for tuning in. If you guys need a little refresher, this is the sweepstakes. Come here to the giveaway channel. You can read the instructions here. I appreciate you guys. Remember, we're going to be the healthiest, best, and smartest League of Legends players that there are. Until next time, keep it surreal. Make sure that you are checking out Giga Gaming Academy. You can go to the About section to learn about us, and you can go to coaching. Use code GigaGamer. And next time will be... tomorrow we'll be continuing the journey on Rakan, 100 days of playing Rakan. We're going to try to get that goal of 100 games by the end of March and continue with it. Today was a fantastic success. Some people might look at 3 losses and be like, but you lost 3 times. No, we didn't. Remember, we're doing our SMART goals. Our SMART goal was to be, you guys remember it? 0 aggressive actions during the lane phase, all right? We're dying too much. Our SMART goal was to not take aggressive actions without perfect knowledge of what the outcome was going to be. This game, we had a 1 stumble where we went forward, where the Neela was hitting 6, and apart from that, it was a very good game. So pretty clean in general, and able to move the team around. We were using last week's goals of ace, right? Communicating to our team what the play was. This time they weren't really on the same board, but that's okay, right? We can make it happen. And we had a wonderful situation for ourselves. So make sure you guys if you want help implementing this, send me a message on Discord, Giga Gaming Academy, and try it in your games, right? Remember, start it with no pressure for the result. Do it in a norms game where you do not care. Give yourself a SMART goal. Can even be in training tool. Then you can add it into a game. Then you can add it into your competition and then see how you go from there. All right. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, keep it surreal. Peace.